Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Now with GMS El Paso. And first of all, I want to give all praise and all honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Urkwakadash. Also, I'd like to give double honors to the head apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all sincere brethren throughout the four corners of the earth. Keep the faith and keep preaching and keep believing, regardless of whether they hear or whether they forbear. Today's lesson will be taken from Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, 1 through 20, asking for your prayers. That whenever I speak, that the Lord will take over here in the ministry, whatever that He gives me to say, that He'll be in it to the edifying of the elect. So we'll be starting here at chapter 33 of Ezekiel, and we're going to talk a little bit about the duties of a watchman, all right, and how that when you're doing it right, what a great reward it could be for you. Okay, so that's what this lesson is going to be about. Hopefully I won't keep it too long, but I think you'll enjoy it. All right. So Ezekiel 33rd chapter, and it reads, Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, When I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. So here the Lord said, Son of man, take a man of their coast, of their land, and set him for a watchman. And this would be a watchman to Israel. Okay, so this would be the men who are carrying the word on the highways and the byways as the Lord instructed us to do, wherever we be, wherever the Lord place us. Okay, and it says in the third verse, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. So that's what this watchman should be doing. This is his duty, to blow the trumpet and warn the people. So how do we do that? We do that through the preaching of the gospel. Okay? We do that through the teaching and obedience to the laws and commandments to the best of our ability that was given through Moses to the children of Israel. That's how we blow the trumpet. And we warn the people when we blow the trumpet, not only of the prophecy, but we also warn them to do righteousness and to, as I said, whether they hear or they forbear. So if they forbear, then they're in sin. And that's what we want, to blow the trumpet, to not only show them the prophecy, but to deliver their souls from death. And I'm not just talking about physical death, I'm talking about spiritual death. Okay? So sin is a breaking of the law. That's what sin is. And that's what we want, to blow the trumpet to Israel, to scatter wherever they're scattered throughout the earth. So the Lord has need of holy men to do that. All right. And then it says that, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So the Lord said, if you warn him and he don't take heed to the warning, and the sword come and take him away, his blood should be upon his own head. That's because that Israelite or didn't hear what the Lord was saying. All right. And he didn't take the warning, and he kept in his way, committing his iniquity instead of turning away from his iniquity. That's what that scripture is talking about. And the 5th verse reads, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. All right, so that's how you deliver. That's how he delivered his soul, by taking warning when we blow the trumpet, when the man of the Lord blows the trumpet. All right. But it says, but if the watchman see the sword come, all right, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take away any man from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So the Lord said, if you blow the trumpet, if you see the sword coming and you don't blow the trumpet, and the sword come and take that man away, then the Lord say, I'm going to require that. His blood will I require on the watchman's hand. Okay, so we have a job to do. All right, this is part of the fear of the Lord. All right, so we have to do what the Lord is telling us to do as being instructing Israel, just like Moses did when when the Lord gave Moses the laws and commandments. It's the same, pretty much the same concept. And then it says, O thou son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word in my mouth and warn them from me. So the Lord said, I've set you, those of you who are making these videos, and, for GMS, the Lord said, I've made you a watchman. All right, so you have to take this pretty serious, because not only is that person's soul at stake, but your soul is at stake as well. All right, so this is how serious this is. This isn't for the feeble-minded. All right, you're going to have some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and this is part of that wisdom. This is part of that knowledge, and this is part of that understanding. But we have to realize what our duty is as watchmen. All right. And we have to be trained for that. So this is part of that training that the Lord is bringing out. Okay. For the elect, the hopeful elect. All right. And it says in the 8th verse, when I say unto the wicked, excuse my voice, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man should die in his own iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So the Lord said, I'm going to require that at your hand. All right. So we have to warn them. That's what the Lord is saying there. All right. That's our job. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So the Lord say you have delivered your own soul when you warn him. If you don't turn away from his iniquity and you're giving him a clear warning, you've blown the trumpet, you've taught him the laws, statutes, commandments, the judgments, exalted him, informed him, I should say, on what he should be doing to please the Lord, which is obedience to the Holy Scriptures. And if he doesn't, the Lord said we have to blow the trumpet to save our own souls as well. All right, so that's what that 9th verse to talk about. All right, then it says, therefore In the 10th verse, this is how God is dealing with the just, okay? It says, therefore, O Lord, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how should we then live? All right. So the Lord's saying you can't live if you're living in sin. You're already dead. Anytime you're committing sin, you're already dead. So that's the purpose of us preaching this gospel, so that that soul can live. And the only way that soul is going to live is through the obedience of what's written in the Holy Scriptures. And that's what we have to teach. So, we have to show them Galatians, the 5th chapter, 1 Peter 1 and 16. Galatians get into all the things that they should not be doing. All right. 1 Peter 1 and 16, be ye holy, for I am holy. So the Lord wants us to be just like him. All right. And then it says in the 11th verse, say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel? So as I said from the beginning, this is addressed to Israel. All right, this is addressed to the prophets of Israel. So we have a job to do. The spirit of prophecy is of the prophets that was written aforetime for our learning. So when you're teaching it, you're living it, and you're doing what the Lord tells you to do, then not only are you going to deliver the soul of that person, but you're delivering your soul as well. All right. So the Lord said, I don't have any pleasure in the death of the wicked. All right. So he's telling you, Israelites, there's 2/3, according to the prophecy, that might not make it into the kingdom. We're reaching out to you if you're disobedient to the Lord. And the same vice versa. We have to be obedient to the Lord as well. The prophet, that requires a commitment that we meditate in the Lord day and night. So the Lord said, when you do that, then you're going to make your way prosperous. All right. As a watchman. That's how you make your way prosperous. And then it says in the 12th verse, therefore, thou son of man, say unto the children of thy people, the righteousness of the righteous shall not deliver him in the day of his transgression. So if you're doing righteousness and you transgress, then you're going to die. And then it says, as for the wickedness of the wicked, he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turneth from his wickedness, neither shall the righteous be able to live for his righteousness in the day that he sinneth. All right. So that's plain and simple. I'll read that again. In the 12th verse, it says, therefore, thou son of man, say unto the children of the people, the righteousness of the righteous shall not deliver him in the day of his transgression. So if you transgress, then you're in sin, and you're really in death as well. Okay, so there's no deliverance if you're in sin. It's the breaking of the law. It's sin and it's death. All right. And as for the wickedness of the wicked, he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turneth from his wickedness. Neither shall the righteous be able to live for the righteousness in the day that he sinneth. So this shows the Lord is a just Lord God. Yahweh is just. Yahweh Shai is just. All right. And then it says in the 13th verse, when I shall say to the righteous that he shall surely live, if he trusts in his own righteousness and commit iniquity, all his righteousness shall not be remembered, but for his iniquity that he have committed, he shall die for it. So the Lord said, if you are living righteous and you turn away, all the righteousness that you did isn't going to matter if you turn away. Don't look back. You remember the story of Lot and his wife. When she looked back, she died, and the Lord turned her into a pillar of salt. So when you get to working and doing the work, don't stop working. It's highly, very, very important. You're going to be tested and tried because you're going to have situations come up in your life where you're going to need to be able to stay focused and stay on track, because life has its ups and downs, but you need to remember the Lord promised to supply all of our needs according to his riches and glory in heaven. And when I speak of heaven, I'm talking about according to his riches and glory in righteousness. All right. He said that he'll take care of you and make a way. And you can have faith in the Lord and believe in that he will make a way for you. All right. Then it says in the 14th verse, again, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, if he turn from his sin and do that which is lawful and right, if the wicked restore the pledge, give again that he had robbed, walk in the statutes of life without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die. So if the wicked is out there robbing and stealing and doing all the evil that he's done, if he restore it, the Lord say, he shall surely live. He shall not die. So if that wicked person turn and start doing righteousness and holiness, doing the will of the Lord, which is to follow and be obedient, that you love your brother like you love yourself. Yahushua gave us that great commandment that when you love toward your brothers being in Israel, those that are serving the Lord and doing righteousness, that he shall surely live and he shall not die. All right, it says, if the wicked restore the pledge, give again that he had robbed, walk in the statutes of life without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, he shall not die. That's what the Lord said. So that's a beautiful thing when we blow the trumpet and we turn a man to righteousness. It's a beautiful thing. Then it says, none of his sins that he hath committed shall be mentioned unto him. He hath done that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live. So the Lord said that sinner man that turns to righteousness, he's going to live. And then again, remember what I said, that when that sinner turns, that's a blessing in your crown. I like to say that's a stone in your crown there. All right. And then it says, yet, in the 17th verse, it says, yet the children of thy people say, the way of the Lord is not equal, but as for them, their way is not equal. So the Lord said, my ways are not your ways, nor are my thoughts your thoughts. For as high as the heavens above the earth, so is my thoughts above your thoughts, and my ways above your ways. So you can't depend on your own righteousness. The Lord told you that in a previous scripture. Don't depend on, just be obedient and do what the Lord tells you to do. All right. Obedience is better than sacrifice. All right. So just be obedient and do what the Lord told you to do. Then it says in the 18th verse, when the righteous turneth from his righteousness and commit iniquity, he shall even die thereby. And that's right. That's holiness. That's how it works. The Lord has spoken. He said, let there be light, and there was light, and out of darkness, the Lord spoke light. And this is what the Lord is doing here. He's speaking light in darkness. All of his ways are done in truth and in righteousness. Then it says in the 19th verse, but if the wicked turn from his wickedness and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live thereby. Yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal, O ye house of Israel. I will judge you, every one after his ways. So the Lord said, I'm going to judge you, every one after his ways. So this is very important that we understand this. You know, if you listen to this video, if you don't get what I'm saying, go to Ezekiel 33rd chapter and read it over and over till you get a good understanding of it. If you don't understand what I'm saying, read it for yourself. But I'm going to preach it to you so that you'll understand it. Hopefully, the Lord open up your understanding. But it also, we know the Holy Scriptures tells us to read the Bible. It tells us to study it. All right, so you go in there and do that part too. You have a part to do. Go in there and study it. And it says, through the foolishness of preaching, that the Lord saved man through the foolishness of preaching. See? So then the preacher should be able to break it down to you to get you to understand the importance of obedience. Because that's what this is really all talking about. Being obedience to the laws, statutes, commandments, judgments that were given to Israel in the beginning of time. And then the Lord gave us a propitiation for sins in this day and time. All right, the Lord knows there are some things that was written back then in Moses' time that people don't still do. But you're supposed to be observing the holy days. You shouldn't be eating pork. All right, you shouldn't be committing sins of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, all of that. The Lord is expecting you to be, he said, be ye holy, for I am holy. The same as saying, be ye perfect, for I am perfect. The Lord's not going to tell you to do something that you can't do. All right. He wouldn't say, oh, do this and do that, and you can't do it. And let's talk about a man over in 2 Kings 20th chapter. We're going to go over there. And Jesus, we're not going to read all of it, but we're going to go over there and in 2 Kings 21 through 5, and we're going to talk a little bit about King Hezekiah. All right, the Lord, King Hezekiah had done the work of the Lord, and the Lord told King Hezekiah, to get yourself together because I'm going to bring you to your lot, like he told Daniel. Okay, that meant that he was going to go experience a physical death. And we're going to go over there and read a little bit about it, what happened and how the Lord reacted to a man who did his will. Okay, so let's skip over there to 2 Kings 21 and 5. And it reads, in those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos came to him and said unto him, thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. So here's the Lord telling King Hezekiah, set your house in order, because you're going to die. You're not going to live. So, and of course, King Hezekiah had understood these scriptures we just read about here in Ezekiel 33 chapter that I was just telling you about. He understood this. They had a relationship, a personal relationship with Yahweh. All right. And then King Hezekiah says in the second verse, then he turned his face to the wall and prayed unto the Lord, saying, I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart. So that's what the Lord, I just told you, the Lord said, be holy, for I am holy. Be perfect, for I am perfect. See, that's what that means. He said, I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. So Hezekiah started crying because the Lord had told him I'm going to bring you, that you're not going to live any longer. You're going to die. And Hezekiah wept to the Lord. And it says, and it came to pass afore Isaac was gone out of the middle court that the word of the Lord came to him saying, and this is what he's saying to the prophet Isaiah, turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captive of my people, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer, I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee. On the third day thou shalt go up unto the house of the Lord. And the 6th verse says, and I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend this city for my own sake and for my servants David's sake. All right, so the Lord, because King Hezekiah lived such a holy and righteous life, the Lord gave him some more years. He gave him an extra 15 years to live. And that's wonderful when you can get a prayer out and the Lord hears your prayer and answers it. And that's how we want to live for the Lord. We want to live so that we can get a prayer through. We can call on the Lord and the Lord answer us. All right. All right. And this is what happened. The Lord gave him that 15 years. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this chapter here, but the Lord did give King Hezekiah 15 years. You can go over there in 2 Kings, the 20th verse, and read about everything there with King Hezekiah in that chapter, how the Lord blessed him there in Assyria. All right. So we're going to end this, we're going to end it here. And hopefully this lesson was a blessing to the hopeful elect of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, those of you who are known as so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and so forth. Those of you who are of the household of holiness and righteousness. Hopefully this was a blessing to you, and especially to the hopeful elect. Peace, safety. Be blessed.